everybody. I'm John Bocchino for Super's Corner, a show about Hudson County Schools of Technology with our superintendent, Frank Gargiulo. It's about our students, it's about our staff, and it's about our programs. Tonight, we're going to have a recap of our spring season. We did 10 shows, and we're going to give you highlights. The drama department, under the direction of Deborah Arters, produced a play called Then They Came For Me, a story of Eva Schloss, stepsister of Anne Frank. It is a story of the Holocaust and a 15-year-old girl who was a survivor in a concentration camp in Poland. Eva Schloss, now in her 80s, was present for a question and answer period after the play. This was a profound and powerful experience for anyone who was in the audience.
3 days.
We don't know when it is day.
We don't know when it is night. The train is like cattle cars.
They were cattle cars. It was just big wagons with 2 iron doors. There was nothing in it whatsoever. No bedding, nothing. We got buckets for toilet facilities.
100 people are pushed together in one car.
So tight we have to take turns standing in lines.
Sitting. Sometimes the train stops.
The doors open, ready to go in.
Buckets of water burst the train.
3 days.
4 days.
Hot.
Boiling hot.
And the doors are closed.
And bolted shut from the outside. Where are they taking us?
We knew we were going east, but we had no idea yet where we were going to go. Nobody said anything to us.
Saujuden, Flucht der Mistbiene! Schnell! Flucht der Saujuden!
The train stops.
Yes, the doors of the train.
Open. At least we can stretch and breathe a bit of air.
Then we saw on the platform the big sign Auschwitz, and we knew this was the death camps. So again we thought, well, that's it. Our last hour had arrived.
Put it on, Evie. It's hot. Wear the flattened coat and maybe they'll let you keep it.
You look a smart young lady now.
Männer auf die eine Seite!
Men and women to different sides.
God will protect university.
Männer auf die eine Seite! Frauen auf die andere Seite!
This is when I saw my father and mother saw for the last time, and we kissed goodbye, and then we separated, and my mother and me went to one side, and my father and brother to the other side.
Fünfer rein!
And then
Fünfer
another
rein!
commands, rows of five.
Fünfer rein!
Then they looked at the rows of 5 and sorted through some people to the right and some people to the left.
The SS officer looks me up and down and finally indicates for me to go to the left. Soon Muji joins me. Many mothers lose their daughters to the other group, to the wrong side.
All the people who went to the wrong side went straight to the gas chambers and were never seen again.
I'm the youngest person left in our group. As ridiculous as I look, this hat and coat makes me look older and saves my life.
We marched on into the entrance of the camp. That is this very famous picture with Arbeit macht frei,
Work will make you
Entering
free.
Auschwitz. We were told to undress completely naked. And SS was walking around freely, poking at us and looking at us and laughing.
Why are they doing this? Won't you tell them to stop?
So this was really all terrible degradation, because suddenly we were not human beings with a name. We were just naked women without name, without belongings.
I don't want a tattoo! Evie, she's so young. Don't do it so strong. Don't make the numbers so big. A/5272. Don't hurt her. She's only a child. My child. Why do they have to cut all of her hair?
And as well with my hair, my mother said, leave her a little bit of hair. And just in the front, I had a little inch of hair, which made me look a little bit less awful.
Frank, could you tell us a little bit about Then They Came For Me, the play, and the experience that, as a member of the audience, that how it affected you?
Yeah, extraordinary performance and powerful from the construction of the play, in addition to Eva being there at the play it was about her life, actually. And for me, it was a very moving experience. I think for everybody there, it wasn't just for me, it was just the way it was done. And the fact that she commented as the play went along was the way it kind of worked. You had to beat it to really feel it. I left there emotionally, I guess, uplifted, even though it was a tragic experience, because Eva was so uplifting. I mean, one of the comments she made, and I think I made this comment once before, was someone asked her in the audience, do you hate the people who did this to you? Remember, she lost her family, her mother, her brother, not her mother, her brothers, her sisters, her friends, and she was in there for quite a while herself. And she said, for the first 40 years, I hated those people. Because then I learned that they didn't even know I hated them. So the only thing the hate did was hurt me. And I thought that was, for her to say, that was a powerful thing. And it was a good thing for kids to hear. That only drags you down, even under those horrific circumstances. But it was a great experience for me and very uplifting. It was actually the highlight of my year.
Our next video features the Academy of Independent Studies, the media program under Wilkes Figueroa. AIS is a project-based learning experience where high schoolers have an emphasis on their interests.
My name is Wilkes Figueroa. I'm the audio technology instructor here at Hudson County School of Technology. I currently work for two programs, the Academy for Independent Studies and the CAS Prep program after school. Pretty much what I do is I try to keep a realistic approach so the students can get hands-on learning while they're learning technical skills. Career and technical education is the big thing. And what we're doing right now in class is we're recording a song. One of the students has her own original music she created.
Past, present, and future, I can predict, I can see right through you. Some chicks nickname it voodoo, I nickname it deja vu. This girl right here call me boo, her best friend call me at 2 a.m. again, like every night when she faded, jaded about how we didn't make it. I always stay up late up, think about my mistakes and breakups. I'm gonna get paid up one day when I make it in this race. Straight to the top like an elevator, I'm at the bottom trying to close the gate up.
And we're using a program called Pro Tools HD, which is an industry standard software that musicians use to record and edit their audio worldwide. Everybody uses this tool. And this is the program that the kids are working on and they're using. I'm just here as a facilitator of learning. She's actually doing the session herself, and I'm just guiding her, so when she needs my help, I'll come in and I'll try to give her my focus. So we try to make it fun, realistic, and we're currently in CAS Prep. It's a one-year program, and the Academy for Independent Studies is a 4-year program, starting with Introduction to Audio Technology, and by the time they're seniors, they take Audio Engineering. By the time they graduate, the main focus is that the student will be certified in this industry software. So if they want to pursue a career, they can either go straight into the workforce, or they can go to college to try to better themselves and enhance what they're learning in school.
And then he's an awesome teacher too, so it's like the experience is like better than any other class I've ever had. So if you come to CAS Prep, you better take this class for real, for real.
Right now I'm gonna record a song with the other Devin that's in this class, and I'm also working on a beat that I have on my computer on Logic Pro, I think 9. But yes, this class is awesome.
So she just left, and I know she's impressed, but no matter what I do, she won't show interest in this relationship. I hate this ish, but I really love her, and there's no one else above her, but I can't just cuff her with a hand. I swear I never touch her, but she let me burn like Usher. So I gotta move on like a skin actions two-tone. I'm good on changing ish on relationships.
So we're very competitive. A lot of the colleges don't have the type of technology that we currently have here. And so when they leave here, it's very hard for schools to compete with students who want to pursue this career, because they learn practically everything they need to know before they graduate high school. And that's the key.
We work on hip hop. As you can see, I did a salsa. Anything that makes us us, he lets us, and then he hears it, and he criticizes, to make you better.
I think the equipment is great, and in a lot of other schools you won't get this, you know. You have like a lot of high definition. Over time, I've been building my castle of love.
I'm working on music, man. I'm working on different types of beats, you know what I'm saying? Different songs. Getting a lot of stuff done with this man. Great work ethic he has, man.
In a real environment, in a real studio setting, it's a relaxed atmosphere. It's about having fun and at the same time learning the tools of the trade. So that's what I try to incorporate into all of my classes, making sure that the students are having fun and they're learning all the industry standard technology.
Now I'm in this condition, and I got all the symptoms of a girl with a broken heart. But no matter what, you'll never see me cry. All my life.
Frank, do you want to elaborate a little bit more on the AIS program and what they do?
Yeah, the Academy for Independent Study is a school for non-traditional learners. I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. Right. It takes a lot of the current thinking in scientific thinking that governs teachers of how to run a school differently from the traditional schools we've been running. And a lot of it has to do with less structure, less formal structure, although there's a lot of structure involved in it, where students are not judged, but the assessment is more of a way of helping a kid than judging a kid. And you'll see very little grades, although there are grades because we have to transfer them for colleges, but the fact of the matter is the kids are responsible for the grades themselves, along with the teachers. And it's a different approach. Again, it's not class-driven either. Kids aren't going to classes all the time, although some of that's involved for the kids that need it. A lot of it has to do with either projects or independent studies or online learning or some kind of a special program or one-on-one attention. So far it's been pretty successful. Now it's a school that's building its reputation as we go. And it's a school in process, but it's a very worthwhile place, especially for kids that don't fit into the traditional, typical high school.
Next up, it's about 2 competitions that our English students are involved with under the direction of Joan Bellotti, our English teacher. The first, Poetry Out Loud, is about students. They recite 3 poems in 3 rounds. Sponsored by the National Endowment of the Arts, the Poetry Foundation, and the State Arts Agency, Poetry Out Loud employs a pyramid structure, beginning at the classroom level, followed by school-wide competition. Regional, state, and national contests round out this competition. The second competition focuses on letters about literature, sponsored in cooperation with the State Center for the Book, an affiliate of the Library of Congress. The contest serves as a forum whereby students compose personal letters to authors, either living or dead, fiction or nonfiction, contemporary or classical, and detail how those authors' works changed the students in some manner.
My name is Sitian Zhang, and I wrote to Khan Eagledin, author of Wolf of the Plains. I don't remember when exactly it was that I fell in love with history. All I remember is that I seem to have always loved the stories of the ancient worlds. I dreamed of living in that world in the past, where empires rose and fell, and a few select people held the fates of nations in their hands. I worshipped those leaders who, with their immense intellect, drive, and courage, emerged victorious from those struggles to bring about new eras, and thus forever ensured the immortality of their names.
Hi, my name is James Daly, and I've read the book All Quiet on the Western Front, and I wrote a letter to the author, Eric Maria Remarque, and now I'm going to read my letter. So, the novella All Quiet on the Western Front has made a profound impact in my life. Growing up and watching all the courageous war movies and hearing the propaganda about the tremendous achievements of honorable soldiers compels one to think of war as this great and historic event that becomes everyone's chance to obtain glory. The idea that participating in a war and the most honorable, noble, and patriotic task a person can do is being programmed into one's way of thinking before he can even understand the full ramifications of a real war.
Hi, my name's Ida Barani, and I wrote a letter to Suzanne Collins and Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. I am far from a brave person. In fact, I'm the type of girl who is sometimes scared of her own shadow, who, despite knowing better, is too terrified to check for monsters under the bed because it means leaving the safety of the warm covers. I'm scared of any real competition, and I am the one who drops out because of nerves. It seems like sometimes all I do is run and hide from things, from people, from my worries. I shut them out and bolt a big brass door and close my eyes, screaming at the top of my lungs to drown out their sounds, sinking to my knees. I am the girl who is overcome with emotion and can't help but cry, can't help but rely on others for the simplest of things. But not anymore, because the character in the Hunger Games, your character, changed me. That's right. Katniss Everdeen saw something in me that no one else has ever seen. She stripped me down and stared upon my naked body and my naked mind. I hid nothing from her, and in return, she did the same.
Frank, could you tell us a little bit about Poetry Out Loud, about literature? What do they accomplish for the students?
Well, you mentioned competition a lot of times, and really it gets me bent the wrong way because I'm not into that. But I think the journey is a lot more important than the final product. Although the kids that finished up on top of that were absolutely great. But the journey is what, the process is important. Joan Miss Bellotti has to be credited with that because she got those kids truly loving poetry. And truly, when you see them participate, every one of them, you can't say there's any losers in the thing because they all have their own, because poetry is kind of personal. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff. And the letters to the editor, of course, is another example of trying to influence somebody, or how you got influenced by somebody through writing. Again, it's all part of the cognitive growth of a student here at the Hudson County Schools of Technology. I think those programs are, again, just as valuable as having a team or a performance in the arts theater, because they take another way of creating students' interest. First of all, creating a love for something. And then, that's something the kids will take from the rest of their lives.
Next up is a video on our science program, basically the science fair. Our science curriculum includes courses in chemistry, physics, earth science, astronomy, and biology. It offers many advanced placement courses also. It focuses upon scientific methods and skills. The video about to see, again, is about our science fair and all that goes into that and what it all entails.
Hi, this is Arun Shrivastava. I am a science instructor at Hudson County Schools of Technology. We are organizing a high-tech high school science fair today, which is in feed science fair, which will lead into the future competition in Hudson County Science Fair or Rutgers Science Symposium or the Monmouth County Junior Science Symposium. The leaders from here will further also be judged by the external judges. People are the professors from Stevens, from St. Peter's and other institutions, and then they will suggest the improvement, and then these projects will be taken to regional, national and international level.
Alright, so I'm George Salakis, that's Bill Lee.
Hi.
That's Perry Badawi.
Hi.
And this is our project about effectiveness of different types of metal-based catalysts in water splaying.
Hi, I'm Carmela Campesano. I did my project on the varying levels of electromagnetic radiation given off by cell phones and other household electronics. So basically what I did, I measured how much radiation was being emitted while the objects were in use and while they were resting.
My name is Adrian Negadia, and I'm the creator of that contour line drawing. Basically, you draw blindsided on the paper without looking at your hand.
Hi, I'm Amy, and this is our project. We're doing music and spatial temporal reasoning, which is basically comparing musical and like how it affects your memory, your everyday memory.
My name is Shivani. And my name is Ariana. And our project was the effect of temperature on the sugar content of various fruits. We took various fruits and we squeezed the juice out and we placed it on a refractometer.
Hi, I'm Sergio Gamera, Mr. Gamera, the students. I'm the automotive technology instructor down here at High Tech. And we've got this old Harley chopper project that we started with the juniors. Our goal is to possibly get it done in writing form.
This is a part of survival when people are dissecting frog and they have to isolate individual organs, recognize to which system they belong to, and place them separately. Students usually love this kind of exercise. They were preparing themselves, and you can see a lot of excitement, and they're working very hard.
Frank, could you tell us a little bit about the science department here at the school and what it comprises of?
Well, it's typically, it's atypical to a traditional science program. When we talk about a science program here, we're talking about a vocational program. We have a scientific, what we call scientific major. Mm-hmm. So the kids that take that would major in science, and so they get a plethora of, if you took biology, you'd have to take advanced biology. You'd probably have to take calculus and mm-hmm. calculus 1 and calculus 2, those kinds of things. So cognitively, academically, it's pretty intense mm-hmm. Course. I mean, the fact that the country is pushing for that STEM, science and engineering, math type of students is critical. Mm-hmm. The strength of, I think, High Tech High School academically is the science department. Science department drives a lot of what you would call traditionally the academics. Interestingly enough, a lot of those kids are also pushing to be part-time performing arts majors. It's an interesting thing, how that combination, but it goes together. Mm-hmm. But it's a great program. We have great teachers. That particular program up here in High Tech, I think we have 4 PhDs in that program alone. Wow. That are highly, highly qualified people. And just the whole program, not just them, but.
Next up is a video on our dance program. It is a course designed to emphasize the study of dance as a creative and expressive art form. Classes are based in modern ballet, jazz, cultural, and social dance. Again, here now is our video on the dance program.
Hi, I'm Trista DeFilippis, head of the dance department at High Tech High School. And basically, I teach 3 technique classes. The curriculum is based on ballet and modern dance technique. We do composition, improvisation. I cover dance history, anatomy.
I'm Tyler DeMortier. I'm a graduate of Mason Gross School of the Arts, Rutgers University. I dance for Carolyn Dorfman Dance Company, SV Dance, and also I'm a founding member of Randy James's 10 Hairy Legs. And I'm here to teach a master class to these wonderful students here at High Tech. You're dancing, but you're not using your back. So what I mean by that is, so from the beginning, I'm really falling from my back space here. You really got to engage the back. So your whole body
Frank, you tell us a little bit about the dance program and some of the recitals and shows they put on?
The dance program here in the school district, again, is another method for kids to express themselves. You know, for a guy that has 2 left feet, kind of can appreciate a lot of the things that go into creating that dance program. The recitals I've seen, the 3 up here and a couple down at the county prep, all have the same venue. And it's an extremely invaluable way of expressing yourself. And also, when you just think of dance alone, you say, well, what's a kid going to do with dance? I mean, besides becoming a dancer. But it's got so many other pieces to it, because there's a creative piece to that. There's a choreography piece to that. You don't just go out and dance and just go on stage and just dance around. Mm-hmm. There's somebody puts that together. It's an expression of what you're doing. I learned this myself from the dance people, just being there. I mean, kind of like if you took it down to the rudimentary level, like most people say, what do you do when you dance? Well, you dance at a wedding, right. Maybe a little different. It's ballroom dance, but it's another. It's a way of expressing yourself, expressing something. And this takes it to another level, I have to tell you. And that department is extraordinary. And it's another venue of where kids that are interested can come into a setting and learn a lot of different things besides the physical aspect of that.
This video is on the comedy workshop, a show put together by our English teacher, Vince Nardiello, also is a professional comic. This video shows students being funny, presenting their material, and developing their self-confidence.
This girl I used to like a lot, that I finally built up the courage to talk to her. And by that, I mean, I typed in "hey" in Facebook. I walked around my room for half an hour waiting. Just like, I didn't even send it yet. I was just like nervous. Then like, out of frustration, I just hit the enter key, run to my bed, cry for a bit, and then wait for the response. Which probably wouldn't come, but it did. Luckily, for the first time, someone responded. And I end up having a conversation, and then we get somehow into the topic of clumsiness. And I see that, I say something along the lines of, my IKEA furniture is trying to kill me. And that is, you know, it took a while for my brain to like register that, like, and then like the back part of me is like, what the hell did you just say? You stupid ass.
Frank, what's something, a show like a comedy workshop, what valuable experience does that give to our students?
Life is about expression. No matter what we do in life, we're expressing ourselves. Mm-hmm. Another venue, a safe place, and a good learning opportunity for kids. And it's pretty obvious to me, if you could stand up and tell a joke and make people laugh and take that risk, yeah, you're moving ahead pretty well.
Frank, I want to thank you for a wonderful 10 shows here on Super's Corner, a nice spring season. Started off, we talked about a lot of different areas, culinary arts to drama to broadcasting to the wellness program. It was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. And Frank, any final comments that you would like to make on what we did here in the last few months?
You know, the interesting thing about it, I never really think about the breadth of the district. And we just took really one small high school here and we focused on the programs that are in that one high school. It kind of gives me a great feeling about that. Hopefully in the future we can expand it into some of the other schools and some of the other things we do so that people understand all the things that are going on here in the community and all the good work that teachers and educators are doing for children today.
Well, thank you for watching Super's Corner these last couple of months, and we'll be back next year with some new programs for you. So thank you once again.